Welcome back. It's Emmy and you are on my channel, The Frugal Money Saver. I hope everyone is doing wonderfully. I wanted to share with you today a homemade pancake recipe that you can use for Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday, Mardi Gras, whatever you want to call it. This is a recipe that I got out of a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook from like 1950 something. You'll see when I'm showing you the recipe, the book. It was one of my thrift store finds for $1. And it has the best pancake recipe. Now, why do we eat pancakes on Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday? It goes back years and years and years. And what it does, that Fat Tuesday, is to have one last extravaganza, one last really decadent meal before the Lenten season begins. So what they would do is, way back when, is during Lent, you ate no dairy, no eggs. Dairy was milk, eggs, cheese, no oil, no wine, and no meat. So that Tuesday before Lent began, back in the day, they would use up all these wonderful rich ingredients like milk and cream and butter and eggs in preparation for the fast that was coming. So we still keep that tradition today in our home, and we do a Shrove Tuesday pancake day where we make pancakes and sausage and bacon and all these yummy, hearty, delicious, decadent foods with syrup and sour cream and all this yummy stuff. And we still do that today here in my home. So what I did and what I'm going to do today is just show you my pancake recipe, which is so good. And I will link it down below so you can use it. And then it's just a simple basic recipe and you'll never go back to boxed pancakes mix again, because you know what, we're controlling the salt, we're controlling the sugar, and it really comes out so good. And you can have your own Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday celebration and throw in some bacon, like I said, some ham, whatever you want. Enjoy it. So here's the recipe, and I hope you love it as much as we do. I use a recipe out of the Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook, the souvenir edition. I got on one of my thrift store hauls. It's from 1953, I believe. Where is that date? Hold on. Yep, 53, 62, 65. So just look at these pictures. I love my vintage cookbooks. Anyway, that's where the recipe is coming from. It is a basic favorite pancake recipe. It comes out so good, so much better than a box mix. No preservatives, no chemicals. You're controlling everything in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a cup and a quarter of flour. Put it in. I don't have a sifter, but I just use a, what would you call this? A strainer, I guess?
Yeah, strainer.
Right?
Sieve.
A sieve, whatever. I love mine. So anyway, do that. Then we're going to add, so that was 1 1/4 cup flour. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of Trader Joe's baking powder. I like it because it's aluminum free. So that's 2. And one more is 3. So I've got 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Going to add a little bit of salt. They say about 1/2 teaspoon. And then they call for a tablespoon of sugar. But I do 1/2 tablespoon, but you can do a tablespoon if you want. Just doesn't have to be that sweet. So I am going to sift this together, or however you want to call it, put it through the strainer. And it's just going to incorporate everything so you don't have your baking soda falling to the bottom. Baking powder, excuse me. And then we're going to do this. Now, because I use Himalayan salt, it tends to be on the bottom, so I just do that. Get everything in there. Then in my smaller bowl, I'm going to crack 1 egg. Now, this recipe calls for a cup of milk. I don't use milk, I use water. Every time I use milk in a pancake mix, when I make pancakes, it comes out tough. So I have since learned water is the way to go. Try it for yourself, I'm not kidding. And then I need 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to use vegetable oil. There we go. And now I am just going to whisk that together. This is super easy. You see how easy this is. And ooh, you see how easy it is to make a mess, right? And it comes out so wonderful. It's such a light, delicious pancake. Top it however you'd like. And then I'm just going to incorporate this right into this. I am going to I'm not going to whisk this. I'm going to take it and fold it in, because you don't want to lose the rise that comes from over beating it, which will give you a tough pancake. It will be lumpy. It says it will be lumpy, but that's okay, because that's how it is. You can see it rising already. You can see the bubbles? That means you're going to have a delicious pancake. There we go. We're just incorporating it. It is lumpy, and we're going to leave it like that, and we're going to start to cook. I'm melting a little butter on my griddle. I'm letting it preheat between 325 and 350. Now, Shrove Tuesday, or Fat Tuesday as it's referred to in some areas, like I said earlier, it's just a time before Lent would begin that everyone would use up all the butter and eggs and all those really yummy ingredients. Paul is frying up bacon in the background, and we are going to have a little Shrove Tuesday feast. Usually this is eaten at night for dinner, and you can add sausages. We're making some bacon. Top your pancakes with some chocolate chips. It's really a day of feasting before the season of Lent begins, which is when we tend to fast and do almsgiving and pray, things like that. That was what this day was intended for, to use up all those fattening, unhealthy foods that were in our house. So here we go. Let's get these going. Now I'm using 1/8 of a cup because we don't like giant pancakes. As you see, this is lumpy, and the recipe tells you it will be lumpy. So just 1/8. And again, top them with whatever you want to top them with. I prefer my pancakes with sour cream and a flavored jelly like raspberry or blueberry, blackberry, whatever we happen to have. So now we're going to let these cook until little bubbles form all over the top of them. You can see now they have all little bubbles on them. So we are going to flip these babies now. Look at that. You saw how simple this was. No chemicals like in a boxed pancake mix or frozen pancake mix. And it took no time at all. If you're doing this on the stove, I would say you would do it between a medium, probably a medium-low heat, because you don't want those pancakes to become tough and hard. And you can see they're getting a nice little rise to them. The coloring is beautiful. I'm thrilled. Super easy, super delicious, and I'll show you how we eat them for Shrove Tuesday. They are done. They are perfect on the bottom too. And the way I eat my pancakes is with a little sour cream and I have strawberry preserve, so I'm going to use that. It almost tastes, if anyone has ever eaten a blintz, that's almost what it tastes like. It's delicious. I also want to tell you that before you flip your pancakes, if you'd like to add a topping, chocolate chip, blueberries, strawberries, banana, whatever you prefer, do it before you flip it. So while it's cooking, you just add it and then flip it, and those yummy goodness will cook right in. We prefer ours plain with toppings. Paul just eats his with pure maple syrup and butter, but I thought I would show you that I just take a dollop of sour cream on each one, not a lot, and then I just add just a tiny bit of jelly when it wants to come off, right? Okay, and that's how I eat mine. And we have some bacon, which Paul made, and I will have a piece of bacon with this. And this is just delicious. This is a Shrove Tuesday dinner. It's just Paul and I right now. So what I will do is pancakes that are left over, I will take and put some wax paper in between each one, and either I can freeze them or I can stick them in the refrigerator if we plan on eating them within the next couple of days. And they work wonderful. Just stick them in your toaster for like 5 seconds to warm them up, or in a toaster oven, or even in your oven, and they will warm up beautifully. So it's not a big deal to make a big batch because you just have more for later in the week, and they freeze wonderfully. How often do you see frozen pancakes in the store? Well, what'd you think? Not difficult at all, right? It is so good. So please enjoy this recipe and have a blessed Lenten season if you celebrate it. It's spring. That's like, yay, we're here. Well, it's coming. Not really here yet in the Northeast, but we're getting there. Please don't forget my giveaway. I've reached over 300 subscribers. Yay! Thank you. And I am giving away 3 of these beautiful autumnal cakelet pans. You've got your pumpkin, you've got your leaf, and you've got your acorn. I have 3 of these, and I'm giving them away just to say thank you to 3 different winners. So all you have to do is please subscribe to my channel. You have to be a subscriber over the age of 18. And if you could please leave me a comment telling me you would like to be entered, and also if you could share one of my videos on a social media page that you may have, maybe Facebook or Instagram, that would be a blessing too. So the winner will be picked on March 1st, and I will announce the winner on March 2nd. So leave me a comment, let me know you'd love to win. They're really nice, really. So thank you again for getting me to over 300 subscribers. You know I appreciate you. So until my next video, I wish you blessings. You know I love you.